All right, welcome back to Mike Torres Golf with your host Mike Torres. Today we're going to be testing the Dynapower before I actually go in and do the real test with my swing, my fitter. I'm going to be fitting certain clubs, but I did want to test the Dynapower. We're going to hit the 9.0 carbon. Interested what Wilson has, but right now is it in my top three? Maybe. We will find out. We're going to take a few swings with the carbon in the River Bay, getting ready to hit two specific clubs that are higher rated. Stay tuned. Oh. Dump it up. That's all right. Caught it back. Not bad. Carry's good. Stay straight. Perfect. Well, Toey, 270, what does it carry? 270. 270 on the carry, 2420, that's a good spin rate. That was ripped. That's about a 290 carry. I'm interested on the smash. Yeah, 288 carry. That's one of my biggest balls I've ever hit. Holy Christ. And I was above my spin number. Dear Jesus, man. Yo, Wilson isn't messing around this year. Got that right. Still good contact. I'm interested to see the smash. 270, yeah, that was a... I mean, this thing is hitting hard. This thing is hitting extremely hard. 277 to smash on that. There it is. Right down the middle. Got another 273, 274 carry. Ball speed 162. So this is coming off pretty damn hot. Really hot. I'm interested to see what this does. So far, holy crap, this is for real. Yeah, Wilson, you've come out with something really good, so when you come back, we're gonna get right into it. All right, welcome back to the house. I told you this is gonna be slightly a little more ghetto, just because I know for a fact they can never send out their stuff. The export never got to my email, so we are gonna, thank God I snipped the camera shot, but going through the data, this is the Wilson Dynapower, this is the carbon one, which it's friggin' just cracked. Just the first one, let's just get rid of that immediately. That was a dud. So that was just the first swing. I got about 5 good swings on it before I actually, it's not a lot, but that was the only time I was allotted to. But I learned a lot in those 5 swings immediately. Ball speed 159, but in reality, get rid of the first shot. 160.7, probably the highest I've ever had on any club. 13.7 launch angle. We'll keep keep the numbers consistent. The spin rate probably around like 2,700 realistically. Not too worried about side spin. The carry. Now this was absurd. Obviously from the ball speed, the first thing we were going to be able to tell is, all right, well, with that type of ball speed, we should be able to get, pretty good carry, and we did. And I was just more shocked because without the first shot, I had a 277.4 carry and a rollout to about 298. These were all nuked. Unfortunately, I don't have the dispersion. I was leaving I put 2 up the middle. One of my bombs was actually caught high off the face to the right side. I remember the dispersion, 2 of them up the middle, 3 to the right side. And then the dud, we're not going to talk about that. But, again, apologies in advance. I already knew this is going to be a little more ghetto. We tried to send it to the email. Email did not, the information didn't get to my email. That's why I like TrackMan a lot better, because they have a system where it actually sends. I get everything via, I can open it via web browser, but overall, the carbon one, my God, I don't even have the numbers on the. I cannot wait for the outro on this one. We'll go into more detail, but that's about it. We're going to go right to the outro. This is going to be a quicker video on the Dynapower. I am kind of in the same field with everybody else that said this is good. I'm going to give it... Oh, I guess we'll find out in the outro. Stay tuned. All right, final thoughts. And yes, I already knew this was going to be ghetto. I knew it because I knew that it happens every time. They sent me an export, never came to my email. Checked my spam, wasn't there. So it's lucky that I took a picture and was able to go over about 7 shots with the carbon. That's all I needed. I mean, in reality, I didn't get to test the titanium. I was a little upset with that, but because I had a fitting. I was fitting 3 other clubs to see which was going to be the best driver for 2023 and for me. But I did want to talk about the Dynapower, and this is going to be part 1. Stay tuned. Part 2, because they're having a demo day with Wilson next week, and I will be attending. I am RSVPing, and I will be. I already told them that I'm bringing the camera. They're like, bring it out. Wilson, they love getting any type of publicity. So in reality, it's going to be pretty cool. From what I gathered through and hitting that machine of a driver. Wilson has created something that I have not seen them create in a long time, and that is a top-tier driver. And you saw me put one out 290. That is either my farthest or second farthest bomb out of any of the drivers that I've hit for 2023. I'm pretty positive the only one that I had over that was the Paradigm at 294 carry. And then I think the Shrixon MK2 or MK5 Mark II, I think I had one at like 288. So, I mean, it hits with the big boys. Not only that, it was forgiving. I caught a lot of those shots on the heel, and you saw them go outright, and they still carried 280. 280 and off the center line, if you go back through the video, they're not far off, meaning I'm hitting fairways. And not only that, it's cheaper than the bigger brands. So you have a big boy versus a small boy, a smaller name, yet the small name is easily as good. I want to be honest. My final analysis, first, who is this for? I feel for the carbon, it's obviously targeted towards the better players, but it's forgiving enough where you can be like a 10 handicap and up and still play this. You can play this up to probably around like an 18, 19, 20 handicap. I would suggest, because I did get some swings with the titanium definitely takes more in, off the Wilson carbon face. It hits very hard. The titanium takes in some of the pressure and releases, and it's a lot more forgiving. I cannot wait to test that in a Wilson demo day right down the street. Just because I want to be able to give you as best notes as possible, but for the carbon, you can use it. And 10 handicap plus, if you just want to give it a shot and you need distance, this has a very good shot in being in my top 3. I'll just throw that out there, because when you've tested, and this is the final club for 2023, testing everything. I have now tested every single driver out there. And for me to even consider this into a top 3 says a lot, because, we're talking about Callaway, we're talking about TaylorMade, we're talking about Titleist, Shrixon, a lot of big names out there, Cobra. And I'm sorry to say, I feel like the product is better. I think it is better. I felt like the toe hits, I was still drawing them into the middle. The heel hits, I was not far off the center. Those would still be fairway hits. So my overall analysis on the carbon driver for Wilson is 5 out of 5. And if not one of the best drivers of 2023. And I am saying that it, not for its tier or its name, I'm saying overall, it may be as powerful, if not. I'm going to be honest, I had bigger numbers overall in 6 shots with that Dynapower, and they matched up to the Paradigm. So for me, I'm going to do more testing on that Wilson during that demo day, and you can bet your ass I'm going to make sure that I give you all the numbers, because this is either going to be best distance driver of the year. It's going to be up there with the Paradigm, the TSR3, or it's going to be the number one sneakiest driver out there. Like it's getting rated high somewhere on a list for me this year, and that is just it. So for me, can somebody play the carbon one at like a 20 handicap? Absolutely, it's forgiving. But after hitting the titanium, and I want to give I made it to a personal review on the titanium specifically. The titanium, you can tell off the feel. It compresses, pulls the ball in, and fires off. You can actually feel it. And some of the shots, I've read other reviews like, you lose a little distance. I don't think so. I was still putting them out pretty deep, maybe like 2 or 3 yards shorter than I was with the carbon. But I was hitting more, I would say, roped shots. I wasn't getting a lot more manipulation on it, but the shots felt a lot cleaner. So that's about it. Other than that, I am impressed. I don't know how else to explain this, but Wilson did something that I would never expect him to do against all of these big name drivers, Stealth 2 Forgiveness, all this other stuff, where Wilson's like, yeah, here's the Dynapower. We're going to take the old name from like the 80s, build a driver, and damn, is it good. So, just like every other video that I make, I keep it real!